I've seen so much online about when a plus size woman is getting ready to go on a date, she feels the need to say, "You do know I'm plus size, right?"
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about that experience.
So kind of when we started messaging, it was something I say all the time. I've been on many Tinder dates and field dates and whatever where you kind of have seen the disappointment, because obviously as a plus size person, I've learned to work my angles. And then you would meet up this person with a
So
date,
with your angles, do you mean like the camera's
the
here?
camera angle looking up
Oh,
from the
looking
side,
up.
you know, like kind of like
Right.
to make me accept myself a little bit more, to be like a picture and be like, oh, I really like that picture, you know, type of thing. And then you would kind of see the disappointments on people's face when they thought you were maybe a little bit more straight sized. And then so I always would lead with it. I'd be like, you know, I'm a bigger girl, like I'm not skinny, like I'm not ashamed of it, but I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you to be like, oh, we have such good conversation and on the app or whatever, and then in real life you're almost ashamed to be seen with me. I don't want you to feel that. So
Oh my God, you feel the need to say this to people?
yeah, so
This is hard. I'm sorry. I want to. There'll be people listening to this that'll be absolutely shocked about what you've said, because, you know, for the vast majority of people, it's not even something that enters their mind to say to them.
Yeah.
You know, if there's anything, I mean, I've tried to think of it from a male perspective. Maybe they'll say, maybe I've got a bit of a dad bod.
But like the dad bod is in now, you know, like it's generally accepted.
But it's what you're saying is absolutely shocking, that you feel the need to say, you know, so that it doesn't disappoint them. I mean, what about your feelings in all of this?
I think that I feel my feelings and I'm responsible for them. I don't want to make someone else feel things they don't want to feel. So I would rather not meet up with you and like be straight off when you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not really into plus size women. You know what? Cool. That's fine. Like, I completely get that. Then you tell me like, oh, it's okay. Like, I really want to get to know you. And then we meet up and I can physically see the disappointment in your face, or I can like tell from your emotions like, hey, you're not in it anymore because you saw what I look like.
Right.
So I would rather lead with, hey, like I'm not a skinny girl. Like, just so you know.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen, because feeling like that outside and seeing that would hurt me.
Okay, so you've said to them already, look, this is who I am.
And I always said like more than once. I was like, I think my partner and I spoke for a week.
Yeah.
And kind of like every time we'd be like, oh, we're so excited to like, we had set a date. We were going to go on a date.
And you said before, what do you say? I'm plus size or a bigger girl?
I'm whatever, like I'm plus size, I'm a little bit heavier, I'm a bigger girl.
Do you ever refer to yourself as, sorry to say this, but I have to just use the word. Do you ever refer to yourself as fat?
Yes.
Okay, so did you say to him, you're fat?
No, I always, like, I hate that word. It's an awful word. Like, it makes me feel shitty. Now I will say it to him in like a joking way.
Yeah,
like,
because you're
because
together,
I love him
you
now,
can
exactly.
say that.
Like,
yeah, of course.
You know, but in the beginning, it's never a word I use because I think it has really negative connotations.
Of course, yeah. There's a whole list of, it's like stereotypes with anything.
Exactly.
Right?
So I think the plus size community has created the word plus size to make it less negative. You know, because it's not a bad thing. You know, like who is it hurting me looking this way? No one.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be a bad thing. You know, like...
Yeah, so you just said to him...
So I just said to him, I'm plus size.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little bit bigger. I'm not an average size girl. I don't look like girls. Like, leading things like, if you're looking for an Instagram model, it's not me, friend.
But
like,
who is an Instagram model these
exactly
days? Everybody uses these filters and things.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And every time he was like, it's okay. He's like...
Had he been with bigger girls before?
I found out after we started dating that he had.
Okay.
And so I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I guess kind of when we started talking, I mean, you meet on this app where they heavily feature like kink and fetish and whatever, and he's not from the kink or fetish community. He happened to stumble across the app because someone in his building told him he met the person he was with on that app.
Yeah, and it obviously worked.
Yeah.
Because he met you.
So he downloaded the app, and within like, I was the first person he matched with, and we just kind of,
So tell me about the first date.
It was terrifying for me. Because even though you say these things, a lot of people will be like, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then it's not fine. So he kind of asked me, like, what do you want to do on our first dates? And I like to do an activity, so it gives us something to, like, talk about. So we went to Pot Shack.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, that's mini golf,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
mini golf, yeah.
golf. Quite popular in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Pachak and I was so nervous, and I had just bleached my hair because it used to be red. And
Oh, are you natural ginger?
no, this is my natural color.
Okay, yeah.
And then I like dyeing it red,
Yeah.
like a nice like full red.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of growing out, so then I bleached the whole thing, gone back to my natural color, and
Yeah.
I was like a little bit blonde, and I was sitting there nervous, and I remember I was like in a black dress, and I kind of like was in a corner in Pachak so that I could see him coming in, and I could like gauge what was going on. And he messaged me to be like, I'm 2 minutes late, but I'm coming in down the stairs, whatever. And kind of when I saw him and he came up and said hello to me, it was like this instant, I was comfortable.
Yeah.
And-
Well, because sorry for this is putting words in your mouth. Is it because you could see that there was no disappointment?
He was so excited to see me. Yeah, like he saw me and he gave me this like huge smile when he walked in and he saw me, and it was just kind of like I could breathe out, like okay,